Hey everybody, it's Adler and welcome back to Army Gals. Right then, last we left off, we're adventuring in the woods and something's in the trees above us. Oh god. Oh, I didn't click. And then suddenly drops down beside me. Ninja bitch. What are you doing up there? Ed told me to take the trash away from camp and tie it up in a tree. Okay, that actually is sensible, yes. Never mind then. I didn't ask questions, but I think it has something to do with bears. Can't bears climb trees? Well, look, I don't know. I have my phone and look it up. Well, be careful. Well, what do you care? We're miles away from help, so until Shelton comes back, we'll be on our own. Look, last night you said you understood where I was coming from about not deserving to be here. Do you think I'm really some jerk who wants to see you break your leg? I don't know anything about you. True. Well, you can find out. She glances over her shoulder. Sheldon said you were here because you didn't have a lot of friends or something. Thanks. That's what he said. Are you trying to suggest we'd be good friends, or are you just casually insulting me? I'm suggesting that you won't know until you try. That's really not my style. What is your style, then? She shrugs. Let's just say I had a lot more piercings before I came here, and that this outfit doesn't have nearly enough fishnet. Huh. Does that mean you can't have friends? That's what it's meant so far. Well, maybe it's time to change that. Look, can you shut up for a minute? I'm trying to... She once again begins to climb the tree. But a moment later, her foot misses the branch beneath her, as if in slow motion, I see her fingers lose grip. Andrea! She fumbles down after the tree before grabbing under the limb. The hem of her shirt catches on the branch above, hiking the front of it up over her head. Right. She kicks her legs uselessly as she spins in place, her yells muffled. I stare up in admiration of the dark, studded bra cupping her chest. Oh wow, it does look gothic. Oh, I should probably be helping her. No shit! 1 second. I climb the lowest hanging branch until I can reach her and guide her feet out to the branch. The shirt finally pulls free as she finds her footing. What the fuck was that white flashing screen? We both jump down and immediately she slapped in the cheek. What the hell? That's for being a pervert. I helped you. Which is the only reason you get slugged with a closed fist. In disbelief while rubbing my cheek, I watch her stomp off of the forest and back toward camp. I decided it's safe to wait a while before following her back. That would be for the best, yes. I'd rather take my chances with the bears at the moment. When I do head back, I hear a long sigh of relief moments before something collides into my back. Here you are! Hey, get off! Oh, I'd love to. Oh, fuck. Is that an invitation? She clings to me, pressing her weight against me. I was looking for you, you know. Let me guess. I'm bored. There's nothing to do here. I've noticed that myself. I wonder what we'd be doing if Shelton was here. Maybe some quiet self-reflection? What are you, some kind of undercover counselor? We stop by the fire pit. Yes, you've got me. My clever ruse has been ripped away. I wish I was getting paid to be here. What, you mean the exclusive company of 3 girls isn't payment enough? Well... That's what I thought. They don't try to go all psychoanalyst on me. It's not impressive. I've had enough lectures to fill a self-help book. Doesn't change who I am. Everyone can just deal with it. She kicks silently at a rock on the ground, sighing loudly. It's the first time I've heard her sound anything but bubbly and suggestive. She sounds almost frustrated. God. Tossing me out here in this place with nothing to do. Someone really didn't think this one through. Clearly. Don't you think he should have been back by now? Shelton, I mean. It took us a while, but I don't know. Well, I know something that might be fun. I'm gonna go search for the lake. What for? To actually bathe a little? Yeah, see, I wasn't gonna ask about the whole, hygiene situation. Good point. I think I'm getting a little ripe. And skinny dipping later, obviously. We are not going skinny dipping. Maybe you're not going skinny dipping, but if I convince the others, I think I can convince you to change your mind. I can make a very, very compelling case. It'll be even better than that changing room you tried to peek in on. But but in order to get the others, however, that would imply you'd have to convince them. And somehow I think neither one of them would necessarily be oh so excited. I mean, could be wrong, but just call it intuition. I didn't. She rapidly cuts me off with her body. She moves in far too close, her chest pressing against me as I slowly try to step back. I bet you've never been skinny dipping before, have you? Well, no. Trust me, you'll like it. And with all her usual restless energy restored, she bounds off upon the lake. Surprised she didn't drag me with her. I head toward my tent, rounding reins, and nearly slam right into Etta. My mouth came so close to smashing into hers that we barely stumble away from each other without sharing spit. Sorry, I didn't see you. She blinks at me in surprise, having kept her footing even better than I did. She doesn't say anything while I wait for some kind of yelling, or to be immediately punched given how this day is going. Okay. Awkward. I didn't mean to. Are you afraid of me? She blurts out the question so suddenly that it takes me completely by surprise. What kind of question is that? Could you smell fear or something? Why would you think that? Because you look like a rabbit cornered by a wolf every time I look at you. No, I just figured you wanted to be left alone. You're shaking. I nearly kissed you. She gives a small hum of consideration. That's true. It's a good thing you didn't. Rain wouldn't like that. Rain? What does she have to do with anything? She's claimed you. Claimed? I'm not a property. Even if I was, I don't think Rain would stand a chance of trying to take on Etta. Still, that's it. That's her whole argument. Either way, it didn't happen. Maybe girls operate on some different code, but I wouldn't think that's how the world works. But didn't it? Her unreadable expression seems to bore into me like she's x-raying my every thought. Makes me feel like I need to impress her somehow. She hesitates, like she isn't sure what to say now that we're actually caught in this conversation. But I've gone quick enough, and if Etta doesn't want to talk, then I know she won't say anything at all. I'm not sure how I feel about all this. She nods toward the campsite. Both counselors disappeared on the first night. Is this a test? If it is, it doesn't seem like a very legal one. How smart is it to abandon a bunch of supposedly problem youths out in the middle of nowhere together? What does it matter? They've done what they set out to do, isolated us from other people. Out of sight, out of mind. We're society's baggage. Or I am. You said you weren't supposed to be here, so I may as well be talking to myself. Why does it feel like I'm picking teams here? Oh god. Closer, okay. But she doesn't force me to wrestle with the feeling for long. She walks by me. I don't care, if you were wondering. It doesn't matter to me if you're supposed to be here or not. That wasn't the point. She doesn't look back at me, so I guess I'm not expected to follow her. How did I get sorted with such a weird group of girls? I opened my tent, fishing one of the books I brought with me out of the bag. We couldn't bring electronics, but books are fair game, and I actually like reading. I just never have the time for it. It should keep me entertained for a while at least. The girls can get into whatever nonsense they want out there. Blech. Immersed in the book, I don't know how much time passes. But I'm interrupted from the fantasy realm and thrust back into reality by two simultaneous sounds. One is my stomach, rumbling loudly in neglect. The other is a shout of delight from outside, Rain's voice carrying in a yell. I hear her calling my name, among others. They seem to be all convened at the same time. And I think... I actually lost track of time. But I guess I'll just call it here. I think this is roughly around when I said it would. I'd call it. It actually wasn't. Never mind. I took one look at the file and said no. I'll just slap this on the end of it. It seems we all convened at the same time. You're not going to believe what I found. So, our dearly beloved, holier than thou camp counselor had a secret stash. She pulls the clear bottles of alcohol from the plastic bag, which rolls away in the wind. Ta-da! May I present to you tonight's entertainment? Oh, God. Now she has fuel. Actual fuel. I don't know if this is fantastic or a horrible combination. Maybe it was Cheryl's. She seemed a bit, wild, spontaneous. Really? Well, Shelton didn't strike me as a tequila kind of guy, if I'm honest. But I'm not picky about what I drink. Wait a second. Now I see why Etta never says much. Because when she does, even Rain goes quiet and looks at her. Doesn't this seem the least bit suspicious to you? We're conveniently left alone with access to alcohol. Sheldon should have been back by now. It's almost night. So maybe he got behind schedule. We sat in that car even before he tried to drive it into the woods. It was practically falling apart. You're also tense. You could benefit from a good drink. What's he gonna do with that to us anyway? He's the one who brought it here, or allowed it to be here, so he's responsible for it and for us. Who's actually gonna get in trouble over this? We digest his information, though Ed's expression remains tight and suspicious. Andrea just finally shrugs and caves. May as well. Yay! Here I thought I was going to have to drink alone, and that's no fun. Though Ed never voices her agreement, she does sit down at the edge of the campfire. The rest of the food Rain found is distributed among us. We sit around the campfire, which grows increasingly bright as night falls, occasionally passing around the bottle. For being the one who said she had reservations, Ed sure puts the rest of us to shame. Even Rain. Gradually, the night grows darker, leaving us illuminated only by the fire as we get shit-faced drunk. Listen, Kyle. You are in charge of putting me in my tent tonight. Got it? No. If you crash on the ground, I'm leaving you there. Have fun. Yeah, wonder why that is. Hey, why don't we play a drinking game? Every time Rain propositions Kyle, take a drink. Well, someone has to do it. Proposition Kyle? No. Someone has to make sure I actually get in my tent. It'll be the first time I've woken up missing clothes with no idea where I am. Hey, have you ever had to crawl out of a stranger's bathroom window? It's not as fun as it sounds. No. Never managed that one. Also doesn't sound fun at all. Well, you can all shut up. This is a judgment-free zone or whatever. She punctuates the point by tipping the bottle to her lips again and then passes it to Andrea's eyes. This stuff tastes terrible. We'll continue to drink it regardless. Well, either that means you just aren't a tequila person, or maybe it's really shit tequila. Oh no, there's blushies. Well, not so much blushies as just, you know, they look red in the face, which is not a great sign. I glance up, noticing Ed at least looks a little pink in the face now. She's even smiling. You can call it that. It's almost like she almost looks like she's blushing. I kind of thought it would be lame around here, so Andrea digs into her pockets and comes up with a deck of cards. I don't know if any of you are big on poker or not. Hey, I have an idea. Rain lurches forward, and it may only be Ed's sharp reflexes to keep her from tumbling into the fire. Let's play strip poker! Of course you would. Come on. Kyle, please. I know you'll be on my side, right? God damn it. I fucking knew it was gonna throw a choice at me eventually. I was expecting it to do it back when they pulled out the tequila, but... Oh god. Well, I mean... This is a case of... They've had a few, and now... Well, that's one way of putting it. They're at least tipsy. And this is the guy who's supposedly been, you know, charged with some kind of sexual deviancy, even if it wasn't, you know, anything physical. And he's being given the he's being asked if he wants to play strip poker with 3 other girls. This definitely sounds like a trap. God damn. So either stick in the mud or potentially, you know, get labeled a pervert. Even worse, a pervert who took advantage of the fact that 3 other girls were, you know, drunk. Okay, actually, this is about the time I wanted to end the episode anyway, so I'll actually call it here. And I'll see you in the next one when I've decided whether or not I want to, you know, go with option A or B. So, see you then.